I was talking to my therapist the other day about my complex fears. She says those are just apartments. My name's Victor Ashley, and I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. This is how you get a hold of me. Also, leave a comment below. The snarkier the better. Or you can subscribe and follow, because I cover a lot of different topics, areas, zip codes, and I might be covering your next neighborhood or a neighborhood that your friend's interested in. So feel free to join us on the journey. Speaking of which, I asked everybody on my YouTube page if they would want to look at Bothell, Everett, Tacoma next, or just stay in the Seattle area. And it was kind of interesting because I didn't get too many people interacting with me, but we did agree on Bothell. And I was looking at it because I also ran this on my LinkedIn, and on my LinkedIn, I got a completely different answer. So let's get into it right now, just so everybody knows where Bothell is. So Bothell is located about 18 miles northeast of the Space Needle. The Space Needle is what I use as my general reference point when I'm describing zip codes in the greater Seattle area. At the same time, the greater Seattle area covers a lot of areas that are outside of Seattle, and this is one of them. This is located just south of Everett and also to the east of the Linwood zip codes that I cover every week. Also, I covered Kirkland. Kirkland is located to the south of this. Kirkland's, I referenced that video right here. I just wanted to pop it up for you. And then at the same time, this is to the west of Woodinville. So now that we have a walk-on, I wanted to get into where we are in Bothell directly. Bothell is being defined today as 98021 and 98011 zip codes. And Bothell is mainly broken into two zones, and that's the Canyon Park area and the downtown. Speaking of the downtown, I wanted to point this one out to you, but there's a Minions schoolhouse here. This is a converted schoolhouse that has 7 different bars and restaurants, as well as a pool and a hotel. I'm not being sponsored by them, but I always point this out to anybody that's visiting the area. This is a good all-around place to actually spend some time if you're staying in this area. And I really recommend this to anyone that wants to take a look at that. And again, I'm not being sponsored. I just wanted to take a quick moment and point that out to you. And then as well, Dandy Dogs is located to the northeast side, right next to Woodinville. But I also put a video link right here to my Dandy Dogs video that I did a couple of days ago. So let's get started in this, because this is not a food review channel. This is a real estate review channel. So I pulled all of the homes that are available right now for sale inside of the Bothell area. And again, this is the 98021, 98021 and the 98011 zip code. And again, this is everything underneath $1 million, because we're only reviewing homes under $1 million because that's where our highest buyer curve is. The average home under $1 million, there were 16 of them, but it came out to $702,000 as the listing price, and approximately 90 days on market, and 3 beds, 2 bath, in 1570 square feet. The price per square foot came out to $457 a square foot. And then also I put together a mortgage idea for you, so you know how much your mortgage would cost for that. And with a $50,000 down payment, and again, you'd have to get qualified for this, but with a $50,000 down payment, it would be roughly $4,200 a month. And that would be only your principal and your interest, not your taxes, your fees, any kind of special assessment or HOAs. And also, because I want to check the rents on this, if we would turn around and rent out that house instead of buy it, or let's say you're trying to rent it right now because you have a mortgage on it right now, you'd only expect to get a mortgage on that of roughly $2,700. So just looking at that, that's about a $1,500 loss every single month if you were renting that out and you had today's mortgage on it. Or at the same time, think about it as the inverse. If you rented instead of buying it right now, it's about $1,500 more in your budget if you're going to step into the home ownership. Now, also, I wanted to give a year-over-year change to the prices in this area. And what I did is I did a March over March change, and that's March 2022 versus March 2023. So last year, 2023, and also just so you know, I averaged the size of the houses. The average size of houses that were sold last year, there was 120 homes sold last year. The average house sold was approximately 2,200 square feet. And it was sold at $550 a square foot. And that came out to $1,220,000. And then this year, there was actually only 65 homes sold during that same period of time. So not only has the prices gone down, not only has sales activity gone down, but also the prices have gone down approximately $211,000, which is 17%. Now, again, you have to remember, for every price decrease, there's somebody out there that's waiting to buy, and there could be somebody that's waiting to sell. So this could be seen as a good thing for a buyer out there, because now you're sitting here and you can afford it because it's $1,700, it's 17% less. But at the same time, the interest rates have changed to the point now that it's unaffordable. As somebody that's bought it and might be holding on to this home in the last year or two, they may have had some sort of life event, and if you turn around and you think about renting this out instead of selling it, you may be renting this out at a loss. And that's what I talked about earlier. But just to give you an idea on this example, for a 2217 square foot house, if you bought it in the last year or two, your mortgage would be roughly $5,300 to $5,700 a month. And then to turn around and rent it today, it would approximately be $3,700 a month. So the reason why I do this thing is because I want to get into it with you on what's affordable or what's available out there. And again, everybody's FICO score and their financial situation is completely different. So I wanted to take a quick moment and just say thank you for following my channel and listening to me sum up the current market. But at the same time, everybody's specific. And you need to have someone in your corner that's actually going to take the time to go through this stuff with you. If you don't have anyone, or you're looking to interview people, feel free to get a hold of me. And at the same time, I can also refer you to somebody if you want somebody else, or if you have some questions on the mortgage side. You could reach me directly with this contact information. And as always, it was a pleasure working with you today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.